Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here, and I'm going to do a collective reading. It'll be random, it'll be general. If it's for you, it'll feel like it's for you. Don't force it to fit. All of my readings are timeless, at least the vast majority of them. So if this reading doesn't feel like yours, feel free to peruse my others to see if there was one that is. And if I'm not the reader for you, that's okay too. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. I do astrology and tarot. What have I done here? Okay. I'm going to make sense out of life. I got a message during meditation today, and it was pretty basic. It was like, be here now. And I had trouble with that, and we may be having trouble with being right here, right now. So I kind of got a vision, and it was a little bit confusing, but it'll make sense. And then we'll do the reading and see kind of where that went. But I'm driving on a road, right? And in the distance, I see a volcano, and the volcano starts to erupt. And I panic and jump out of the car, even though the volcano is really far away. And I run in the other direction, and then I somehow fall off a cliff. Don't ask me how. I just drove the one, whatever. My visions don't have to make sense like that. And I fall off a cliff, but it's because I'm, the way that I had connected it in meditation is that things are very busy. And I was understanding that things are supposed to be busy because we are learning to deal with them one at a time. Okay. So what this means is whatever is in front of you, that is what you're supposed to be doing. And there could be a million things going on, but one at a time. And this is not going to be a perfect exercise. Like it's appropriate to be struggling with it because we're learning. We're learning to be right here, right now. So let's pull some cards. And I think I have enough time. Oops. I think I have enough time. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. So. One more time. And there was a point too with the volcano image, like it's fucking lava. It moves pretty slow. I was pretty far away. Running was stupid, but I didn't think. I just reacted out of fear. And so there was something to that, because who knows, the lava might have not have even reached me. It was like I was just reacting out of fear to a far off calamity. So maybe even if you know something is going down, but it's in the distance, it's like not like doing stupid shit in fear of it, Let's go. Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy, Pentacles she knows her value, she knows her worth. This is where we are right now. Maybe that's what we're looking to embody, what we need to embody, what we are embodying. And the crossing card is the Two of Wands. Choices. Which way do I go? There's a globe in there. That's the card that's crossing. So it's what I just said. Like, with the Two of Wands, it could be that we need to make a choice, but to me, it feels more like we are making choice by choice by choice by choice. And one of the things I point out with the Wands cards is that part of the choice is just proceeding and moving forward. And so this is the card that is crossing. So it's kind of where we need to, like, what is preventing us. Maybe we need to move forward, knowing our value, knowing that we can handle what comes in front of us, knowing what we deserve, knowing what we want. Queen of Pentacles, again, that's earth energy. So that's like, as a human being, as an embodied human being, knowing our value and knowing what we're going after. In the subconscious. So this is kind of like a driving force. We're fucking confused. Seven of Cups. I don't know which one to pick. I don't know which way to go. Seven of Cups is don't pick too soon, because, you know, it's like, take your time and choose. There's a snake down here that's emerging from under the cups, right? So like, I remember this one time when I was a little kid, there was you know, the little like pot pie like tin containers or whatever. There was one of those out in my yard. Gosh, I must have been, based on where I was living, like 5 or 6. And I remember picking it up and there was a fucking tarantula in it. Like, and it was like, oh my God, I was terrified. I threw it. And so we don't want to live in fear. That's kind of counterintuitive to the story I just told, but we don't want to just rush around doing this and doing that. So that's why we're getting that be here and now reminder, being present, because if you're like operating in a general sense of fear about some really far away volcano, you might do dumb things in the present, like, and end up running off a cliff. You know what I mean? Because you're afraid of another thing. So we've got to have faith that by making each individual choice, we are being guided and protected. But yeah, in the subconscious, the Seven of Cups is like, just like being disillusioned, being confused. Sometimes it's like getting hammered, escaping, you know, and like keeping ourselves in an illusion, you know, deceiving ourselves, being in a fog. And, you know, if you've got like alcohol or drug stuff going on, I try not to harp on that, but it seems like it's been coming up a little bit. And, you know, I'm sober. Not everybody else has to be sober. I'm well aware of that. But you know, if there's something about, like, you're like, I really shouldn't drink tonight, but I want to because I want to escape like my reality, then probably you maybe shouldn't. Anyway, we're coming from the energy of death, rebirth. Okay, things are ending. When the death card comes out, we usually know what it is. Something has ended. I love this one though, because it's like there's a new day. In the like Grim Reaper character. I really like that card a lot, actually. But there's been a death and a rebirth. We're in this process, but it could be that right now we're in the death process, and we can't quite see what is being reborn, and that reborn, and that's scary. But we're moving from that energy. So something has died, like something has died. What we know, we have the Hermit card. Hermit card is finding your light within, solitude, time alone. We could be hermiting. As long as this isn't a tool that we're using to escape reality, like we've got to be in the world. Yeah, it's almost like the hermit emerges from the cave, and the light that he or she has found within, they bring to others that are attracted to that light, but they don't use it to get followers. They've like awakened, and they use it to inspire others to find their own light, you know. So but with the Hermit card, you could just stay in your cave, like, yo, it's really nice and light in here. Talking to me here. I like me some alone time, but you know, with like, if you're hiding, if you're, you know, isolating, then that can be an escape as well. Or if you're not getting enough alone time and you need alone time, then make sure that you are, you know, you. We are moving towards the energy of, that's too many, a lot of shit. Well played. Well played. Yeah. All right. I said what I said. 8 of Wands. That's 8 of Wands are, you know, the wands are flying. Lots of activity. Wands are fire energy. It's movement. It's fast paced. It's messages going back and forth. But look, with the 8 of Wands, I always say the wands are launched. The action that's taken is out there. We don't grab a wand out of the sky and relaunch it, right? Like release. So whatever is out there is out there. There's momentum. It doesn't mean that we sit on the couch now and like wait for shit to happen. We have to do what we have to do. We have to proceed. We have to keep moving. Take each action step as it is presented before you. Make your decisions rather instantaneously and inspired by the heart. And we got the King of Wands, you know, because the King of Wands is action. They're like, yes, you need to get out, take action, be in charge, right? So we're not just waiting, but we're not jumping too far ahead or staying too far behind, which is originally kind of what I said. Like, we are to be present, we are to be in the here and now. And yeah, this is not, we're not good at it yet. It's okay. And some of us are varying degrees of good at it and not good at it. Don't beat yourself up. It's not a competition. We're learning. This, you know, we're meant to be struggling with it a little bit at the moment. What's the lens we're looking through? The wheel. The wheel's turning. The wheel's like fate, karma, divine intervention. When what goes up must come down. When you're down, eventually things will get better, you know. So it's like, and we could be rapid cycling through this stuff. We could see bigger karmic circles or loops or whatever coming through. We could be paying old past debts. Old past debts could be being paid to us. Just go with it. Just flow. It's the wheel. You know, the wheels of time. And that is the lens that we're looking through, right? So, you know, if something goes wrong, don't let yourself be, I mean, you can feel about it. You can let the feeling move through you, but don't cling to that feeling, you know, let it, like, just let things move. Let things proceed. In the environment, the Hanged Man. Look at these two have been hanging out in my readings, the Hanged Man and the Hermit. This is in the environment, right? So this is other people, or kind of what's being seen around you, around us. And they're upside down. And you know, when you're upside down, the blood rushes to your head. It could be kind of freaky. You know, it's not entirely comfortable, but there's that, and that light of enlightenment. And with the Hermit card here too, we have also the light. Like, the, you know, these two are similar energies. They're cards of like downloads, information being received. The Hanged Man comes a little bit like the hermit might have gone into the cave of despair, or, been in like a depression or a funk. And the Hanged Man goes, all right, I got myself in this position. What did I do to get myself here? And I've got to make something of this. So I might as well learn from it. So, I mean, and we can get really trippy with this. Sometimes when there is something in my life that I really, really fucking hate, the only way for me to maneuver through or around or whatever to proceed through it, like the Two of Wands, is to tell myself, okay, when I was signing up for my earth experience, I signed up for this. I chose this. If I chose this really awful, shitty thing that I freaking hate, why would I choose it? What would I get out of this experience? And maybe it's compassion. Maybe it's resiliency. Maybe it's strength, strength of character. And, so when I talk about the hanged man, it's like, it could be really taking personal responsibility that's pretty fucking radical. But that's the only, you can only proceed from there. Like, I have nothing to like launch myself off of unless I have firm ground. And when I'm just a helpless being, suffering the consequences of like every of not my own fault, if I'm just running around blaming people for my problems, then I have nothing to stand on to move forward. And so we can get pretty radical about personal responsibility, and to varying degrees. Some of you might want to explore that, hopes and fears. That's funny. Hopes and fears. We're both hopeful and afraid of what the hell's going on behind our back. That's amazing. Yeah, because that's some scary shit. What is going on behind our back? We don't know. And this card again and again, I've had this one coming out in the past few days. Come on, man. In this one, he's like taking feathers, is he taking feathers for, or to do like, to cast a nice spell, or to make like sage, brushes, do nice things? Like, is he collecting dead feathers, or has he done something wrong? We don't really know. Like, Seven of Swords is it's a shady card. But sometimes the universe is shady for the better, I like to, I have a big thing about, people talking about me, and they do. So, and not always, not always nicely, but then I'll say things like, my name is being spoken in rooms I know nothing about, in a way that is uplifting me and in my favor. So I remind myself that we can be uplifted by the universe, by others behind our back. And that's why I think it's in that hopes and fears card. But that we just don't know. We have no fucking way of knowing. Is the great unknown. The outcome card is Five of Wands. That's conflict, competition. Could be anger, could be, it on the higher aspect. This is a difficult card too. On the higher up aspect, it is, competition for advancement, or like friendly competition, or competition where we grow and learn together. like sports or something like that, but the wands are fire, so that could be angry competition, which sports can be like that too. So there's going to be more competition and conflict, and we're supposed to be navigating that. Make sure you don't escape into isolation, but also make sure that you're getting enough alone time for downloads, for understanding of what's going on. I will pull an animal totem card, but we're going to go back to that Queen of Pentacles. Know your worth, know what you deserve, know what you want, and you do deserve to feel good. But also look at the highest good for all, Yeah, that's weird. Things might fall. Oh, all right. I think I'm supposed to pick one of those cards. So we'll do that. Crocodile. So you got a crocodile. Let's see what this one is about. This might be a kind of a long one. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around, hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. Wow. And when something is in front of you, then you will have the energetic reserves to do that thing. This is another animal deck, so I guess the animals want to speak today. And if you see an animal, maybe like Google the spiritual meaning of it. Snake, that's come up twice. Yeah, snake. I don't know if you just heard my phone dinged. No. Friends. Snake medicine people are very rare. Their initiation involves experiencing and living through multiple snake bites, which allows them to transmute all poisons, be they mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional. The power of snake medicine is the power of creation, for it embodies sexuality, psychic energy, alchemy, reproduction, and ascension or immortality. The transmutation of the life-death rebirth cycle is exemplified by the shedding of snake skin. It is the energy of wholeness, cosmic consciousness, and the ability to experience anything willingly and without resistance. It is the knowledge that all things are equal in creation and that those things which might be experienced as poison, can be eaten, ingested, integrated, and transmuted if one has the proper state of mind. Thought, I never know how to say that. Thoth, the Atlantean who later returned as Hermes and was the father of alchemy, used the symbology of two snakes intertwining around a sword to represent healing. Complete understanding and acceptance of the male and female within each organism creates a melding of the two into one, thereby producing divine energy. This medicine teaches you on a personal level that you are a universal being. Through accepting all I have chills all over right now. I can't believe this deck fell down. Through accepting all aspects of your life, you can bring about the transmutation of the fire medicine. This fire energy, when functioning on the material plane, creates passion, desire, procreation, and physical vitality. On the emotional plane, it becomes ambition, creation, resolution, and dreams. On the mental plane, it becomes intellect, power, charisma, and leadership. When the snake energy reaches the spiritual plane, it becomes wisdom, understanding, wholeness, and connection to the Great Spirit. If you have chosen this symbol, there is a need within you to transmute some thought, action, or desire so that wholeness may be achieved. This is heavy magic, but remember, magic is no more than a change in consciousness. Become the magician or the enchantress, transmute the energy, and accept the power of the fire. So this is a heavy energy. I said, this is hard right now. Like it's supposed to be hard. But remember that we're meant to be here. Like, don't be hard on yourself. And one thing at a time. We're getting bitten by snakes so that this poison cannot bite us anymore. We may be experiencing a number of uncomfortable things, and that's so we can get to a place where we're comfortable with being bitten by uncomfortable things, so that we know that we're always okay. And no matter how many times we've been bitten, we got through it. And if we die, we die. I mean, but once we're okay with that, like if we're operating out of a fear of death, which is really what most fear comes to. So I'm like, I don't have a fear of death. I'm like, okay, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'll see my brother. I have a fear of the pain of death. So there's that. Anyway, so that's my little argument with the whole death thing. I'm like, I'm cool with dying. I'm like, I'm cool with being dead, but not the part of like dying. Anyway, I don't know. I just went on a little mini rant for that for some reason, but we're coming from this death rebirth energy. So things are dying and that's going to hurt. But we are experiencing any sort of poisonous experiences at the moment so that we have like the antidote to that, so that we know that we can get through that. And maybe then we can guide others. It's the collective consciousness. We could even be transmuting things for other people. Don't get pissed off about that because you signed up for it, and this doesn't mean to let people take advantage of you. I'm not saying that at all. And you may need to seclude like the crocodile, but it did say that it doesn't mean we lay around waiting for things to resolve, but perhaps while we're taking care of whatever is right in front of you, instead of worrying about the volcano that we can't do shit about right now, Spirit is taking care of the volcano, and it's not even going to reach you. So do whatever is right in front of you, which is how I started this out. Anyway, that was amazing. Thank you for stopping by. I will see you soon. Peace. Namaste.